cell groups, and I know our adults are doing cell groups as well, because that's what that's all about, is trying to go and impact our Jerusalem, our immediate surroundings. And we have a responsibility to do that. But the responsibility doesn't end there. It goes on to Judea and Samaria. What is that? That's a broader regional area. That could be seen as our state and our country. We're called to have regional impact as well. To where, to some degree, and it's totally up to the Lord, however you feel He's calling us to do that, as to how we're supposed to regionally impact our world. You know, that could be that you go and preach in some other cities. That could be that you maybe are really connected with a ministry and you support that ministry, like locally and through the church that's doing something over there. That could be whatever the Lord leads you to do. But we're called to have a regional impact as well. That we're impacting other states. That we're impacting this country. Thirdly, we're called to go to the ends of the world. That means that on the other side of the world, in Australia, somebody needs to know that you exist. Somebody needs to know that we exist. Somebody needs to know that we care about them. On the other side of the world in the Philippines, on the other side of the world in China, on the other side of the world in Thailand, in Europe, in Africa, in Central America, South America, that the Lord has commissioned us to make global noise. To where people around the world know the Jesus that we serve. Well, could it be that we've been blessed as Americans with the ability, with finances, with riches, with money, with all these things, that maybe that prosperity isn't for us to just lavishly soak around in. Maybe that prosperity has been given to us for a purpose. Prosperity for a purpose. And so the ends of the world is a test of our selfishness, in my opinion. Why? Because you don't immediately see an impact from what you've done. We challenge our young people. We go once a month and our young adults, and we'll go and we'll raise money to send to these international crossfires. Why? It's not easy to do. Nobody wants to wake up on a Saturday and go and spend all these hours talking to all these people, raising all this money. But the Lord commissioned us. Number one, and here's the other thing. If we say we're going to do something, do it. I don't like all this talk of, if we're actually saying, well, I think I'm going to do that, let's just do it. Like Nike, just do it. You know what I mean? And so we've challenged our young people, look, we committed to help them. So every 5th of the month, we're going to have X amount of money there, and we're going to do it. Why? Because they're over there. They don't have anything. The kids are starving. And just all this, basically broken. Sometimes they can't work because there is no work. And you know what? I've been on enough of those trips now to where the Lord messed me up forever on it. When in my younger years, not that I'm all old and crusty now, I'm not saying that. But I used to just focus on the glamorous part of traveling the world. But then something changed inside of me. I don't even remember which particular trip it was on. But something changed, and I began to really notice the need. And something shifted deep inside of me to where I said, I'm never going to go to any of these countries again without committing to help them. And now we're committed to help them. We're not just going to do great fancy things there, but we're going to sacrifice to bless the world. I believe that that's a test of our selfishness. Because you're given to something you may never see until heaven. And how incredible is that? And really what I want to do in a minute, I'm going to read one more piece of facts here. But I just want to say something in regards to that. We're called to have global impact. We're called to be a church that will impact this world. Let's not make excuses why we can't do it. Let's find reasons why we can. And you know what? I'm going to ask the church to find reasons why you can support our young people to go to India. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to give you a little bit of facts on it. India, population 1.2 billion and roughly half to 1/3 the size of the United States. So imagine 8 to 10 times as many people being around you. Okay, everywhere you go, when you go to the mall, when you're driving on the streets, when you're walking all over, so crowded with people. and people that are lost, people that are poor. And just imagine that gets a little frustrating. It's one of the hottest countries in the world. Temperatures 120, 125, 130 degrees in some parts of India. That's kind of nice. I actually would like that. I'm excited about that. You know, because I don't like I don't like cold weather anyway. So, but that's hot, I know. But religion, here's how the religion breaks down. America, just as comparison, 82% of America considers themselves Christians. In India, 80%, as I said at the beginning, are Hindu. That's 900 million Hindus. That's 3 times as many people are in the entire United States, are bound in Hinduism. Muslim, roughly 14%. That's 130 million Muslims in India, the part that's near Pakistan. Christian, only 2%. 98% are lost and bound in demonic religions. 2% are Christians. Buddhist, 0.7%. Some other religion called Jains, I don't even know what that is. 17 major languages, 844 dialects. 4 religions were born out of India: Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism. Okay, I already said that, 130 million Muslims. Oh, here's the thing that's really important about India that I want us to get. 560 million Indians are under 25 years old. They die young. The young people need reached in India. Do you get it? Do you see why maybe the Lord's sending us over there? I didn't know these stats before the Lord changed us from going to Africa to India. Like when Paul tried to go in Macedonia, all of a sudden the Lord switched it, told him to go somewhere else. Now I think I know why. 33% are under 15. That means 1.2 billion, 400 million under 15 years old in that country. That's more than the whole United States. 1.5 of the U.S., all full of people under 15 years old. 900 million Hindus in India. The religion, 4,000 to 5,000 years old. The belief is in millions of gods. Millions of gods. There's a Trinitarian Godhead for the Hindus. I'm ending with this. Brahman is considered the god of the creator, the universal spirit. Shiva is the destroyer, the lord of the yogis. Vishnu is the preserver. They consider their scriptures, they're called Vedas. Brahmanans are priests who teach how to unite with the universal spirit Brahman through meditation and karma. You understand? We got to understand what we're dealing with here as a church. And basically what that means is they believe that there's a universal spirit named Brahman, not a god, but a universal spirit that they call a god. And that there's millions of gods, which are points of contacts that get back to these 3 gods based upon whatever category they fall in. Krishna is a god who is an incarnation of the god Vishnu. No beginning. They do not believe that there's a beginning